What's up, guys? Fishing with Ben back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about when to start fishing for pre-spawn bass. Let's get into it. Now, before we get into this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Now, there's a couple topics that we got to cover before we start going out and casting. Like me, when I was a beginner, I used to go out during December and say, "Oh, we're going to catch some pre-spawn bass. It's going to be a so exciting day." When it was like 32 degrees and freezing my toes off out there, and we caught nothing, absolutely nothing. That's what I want to save you from doing. You don't have to go out there, because I'm gonna tell you why. All right, so when the bass start pre-spawn, the water temp should be into the high 40s, into the high 40s, into 50 degrees Fahrenheit. That is when the bass are not thriving, but more than likely it's just at the right temperature that they can go into pre-spawn and then spawn in those couple weeks. Now, you don't want to focus on the month unless you know what country like you're actually talking about, because right now in Florida, their pre-spawn is like already in the spawn, because their pre-spawn starts during December to November. Up here north, our pre-spawn doesn't start till March or April, give or take. So don't focus on the month, focus on your water temperatures of your lakes and ponds. Now, behavior is a big issue with pre-spawn bass. If your lake or pond or river has murky water, the bass are going to come up earlier in the season to start pre-spawn. So if your pre-spawn starts in March, they might come in they might come up for pre-spawn in like the last week of February. Now, therefore, if you have clear water, they are going to take longer to come up for pre-spawn. So if your pre-spawn starts during March, or like the mid of March, or like that first couple weeks of March, they might not come up till the end of March. That was just for an example. I don't know any pre-spawns that start in March. But another thing is your weather, because the weather affects the temperature of the water, river, or lake. So one sunny day of like 60 degrees, say, that's not going to warm up the water just right up to 40 degrees and into the 50s. I wish it worked like that, because I love fishing for pre-spawn bass, but it doesn't. You're going to have more than a week, or just around a week of good solid weather. 60 degree days, 55 to like 60 degree days. That's going to be good to make that water temperature warm up into those 40 to 50 degree days. Now, we've just had 2 60 degree days, and that's not going to be, I don't know the water temperature exactly, but I don't think that's going to be enough. You're going to have to wait more than just 2 days for the water to warm up. So those are the tips that I have for when to start fishing for pre-spawn. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't seen my other video, what baits to use for pre-spawn, you can go watch that one. And hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. There's a couple topics that we had to cover before we just start going out and casting for pre-spawn bass. Because like me, I'll go out in December and say, "Oh, we're gonna catch some pre-spawn bass," but actually we're gonna end up freezing our toes off before we even catch a pre-spawn bass, because the pre-spawn bass are not going to be out during December up north. So we're just going to freeze our toes off and come home empty-handed.